Hello, troopers, and welcome back to G.A.R. Productions. Today, we're going to be going over 2026 LEGO Star Wars leaks, which is kind of crazy. I would take these with a tiny bit of salt, but they seem pretty plausible. So the reason I say a little bit of salt, though, it is about a month, 2 months earlier than we normally get them, but we'll hop right into it. Again, some of these seem pretty plausible, so we'll get into it. But before we do, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're new to the channel, would really help out. So first off, the one I want to talk about that's very most interested to me, that probably I'm the one most excited about, at least top two, is going to be the 332nd versus Maul Mandalorian Battle Pack. Super excited. I think the Maul DeLoreans will look super good. I'm very excited to get new versions of that. The old ones are very nice, but getting pretty expensive. 332nd, they're probably going to be like the last ones, which are okay. So that's nothing crazy to be home about. But I mean, if you had told me when the 332nd Trooper came out that we'd get a battle pack and then a mixed battle pack twice, I wouldn't have believed you. And actually, with the 332nd Battle Pack release back, what was it, like 2023? The first video I think I did on the channel is actually the 332nd Battle Pack review. It's pretty cringe, but I will play a little snippet of it here just for fun, and I want to talk about one thing.
A plain Phase 2 White Clone Trooper, and a Mandalorian Loyalist. I think that would have been, as they say, a banger.
So as you can see, yeah, I predicted that this would be a good set idea, and it's interesting 3 years later now that what I said would have been a good set idea is actually looking like, or mostly looking like, it's going to happen. So that one's very interesting. Going on from then, some other sets, I'm just looking at a list over here. We do have a Cad Bane versus, I can't remember his name. I'll throw up a picture and his name. I can't remember him, but one of the guys from Mandalorian. They're dual from Book of Boba Fett. We're supposed to be getting that as a dual set. Kind of an interesting way to get Cad Bane, a little bit cheaper. That's probably why they're doing it. Kind of, you know, what, 3-4 years too late, in my opinion. But, I mean, you could say that about the 332nd versus Maul DeLoreans. I know Maul DeLoreans are popular, and 332nd still are, but it's still 3, 4, 6, 6 years late. But an interesting set, kind of unexpected. That one is kind of interesting. A lot of the other ones make sense, but that one's kind of interesting. I'll finish up with the play sets that we know of. We're going to be supposedly, again, getting a AT-AT. This is going to be the one that's been kind of leaked from the Mandalorian trailer. I wish I could show it, but I think it's essentially, it is either the same design or looks very much like the Rebels AT-AT, so I'll throw up a picture of those. Looking like we're going to get that. Should be getting some cool figures, some cool Imperial figures, but looks like it'll be from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Don't know when that's going to be coming out, obviously. I think the movie's in May, so we could get the set before, we could get it after. LEGO's done it both ways, so kind of interesting with that. Going along with that, we're also supposed to be getting a new Razor Crest, so that'll be exciting. Different figures in that as well. The AT-AT, I think I have seen that potentially it's going to be a bit smaller, unfortunately, even though, sadly, that version of the AT-AT is actually bigger in canon, but I think I saw somewhere that's and just, you know, realistically, unless they make it a $180 set, which they probably should, it's probably going to be smaller because it'll probably still be $160 and be smaller, like everything else, unfortunately. But we'll just have to wait and see when we get pictures, which is going to be a long while. We'll see if this one pans out. But again, it makes sense. Like this one, the Razor Crest 332nd versus Maul DeLoreans kind of makes sense. So it's not super surprising. The next one, kind of a bit surprising. I'm super excited. I hope this pans out. This is probably my other super excited set about, is going to be a MIDI scale Venator. I am super excited about this. I know Ryan didn't think it was going to happen from the Acclimator. It kind of is a little weird that they did the Acclimator first and then the Venator the following year after the Revenge of the Sith anniversary. A little weird, but I'm still very excited. You know, personally, I'd love to get the UCS Venator, but it's a little bit probably out of reach. But this one, for a still hopefully really good looking model, probably $80, is probably going to look very nice, and I'm very excited that they're still doing this. Looking forward to getting the Republic fleet assembled and being at least having a for sure option of being a nice looking Venator, even if the UCS is a little unattainable, at least at this time. So I think that's all the rumors I have. I will let you know as soon as more come out. Again, a little bit early. Take these with a little bit of salt, but a lot of them seem pretty plausible. So it really wouldn't surprise me if some of these end up panning out. As always, guys, stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys next time.